Okay, hey, I'm coming again to you this afternoon, but you'll notice that I am not reading the announcement, so that is the first indication of there's good news. And we just received word earlier today that the employee that thought that they might have the COVID-19 virus did not. The test results came back negative for the virus, meaning that the individual employee did not have the virus. Now, that doesn't mean that we've changed anything. We're still trying to be as diligent and applying all the CDC rules where necessary to avoid ever getting our first case of the virus. But again, it was great news that it came back negative. It was nice to be able to have it as a test. We were able to see how our systems worked, and everyone was notified, I felt like, in a pretty short manner. It was somewhat like having a fire alarm when we don't know who pulled the alarm. We have to take it very serious, even though we don't maybe think there's a fire, but we still had to treat it like we thought we were going to burn up in the next few minutes. So again, great news. Nobody has the corona virus, and we hope that it will stay that way. We had some other really good news. We had a couple students, even with school being out, achieve some excellence. The Hennessey students to receive the 2020 State Superintendent Awards for Arts Excellence in Drama and Theater are Claire Ulrey and Nadia Valez. Congratulations to them. That's quite an honor, no matter whether we're in school, out of school, at a distance, or wherever it may be. A couple things to maybe just briefly talk about is prom. I know that's coming up. The date is coming up, and obviously we're not going to be able to have prom in a traditional manner. There is no official declaration or word on how that's going to proceed forward. You'll need to visit with Miss Murray and Miss Avila, Miss Curran. They can help you with a few more details. Thank you, Jack, for helping me get over the hump there. Ever since the wreck, things have been a little shaky. So, but again, talk to Miss Curran, Miss Murray, and Miss Avila, and they can help you out. The other thing is graduation. We have not canceled the graduation stage and pipe and drapery. We're holding out hope to the very last minute. I know there's been talk about pushing back till a little further in the month, a little further in the summer. A lot of things are being kicked around, and we're really doing everything possible to see that we do have a graduation that will be as most like a normal graduation as possible. I cannot tell you what all the details are because we don't have all the details. What I can tell you that I do know for pretty much a fact, it will be different. We're going to still have to avoid a lot of the CDC guidelines, a lot of the social distancing. A lot of those same things will really need to be employed, maybe in a little bit of a unique manner, but we still have to be aware, and we don't want this great occasion to turn into something that could be considered less so. If someone got to be sick, or if we had a lot of illness due to us having a graduation a little too early. So hang in there with us. We really understand the necessity to have a graduation and what it means to all the students and to all the parents. It's such a great achievement, and we really want to honor that and celebrate that with them. We're just working on the how. Last thing is that looks like the admin offices will be moving on April 23rd into the new digs. They're not 100% complete. The windowsills are still needing to be put on, the sink needs to be cut in, floors swept, ceiling tiles, a few things like that still have to be completed, but we are planning on going ahead and moving across the street. The lockdown, the slowdown in the economy has certainly affected us. We have one lock that we need for one of the FEMA doors, and the plant that makes them won't be up and running for another 2 weeks, and then they're expecting another 4 weeks before we'd have the lock delivered. So we're looking at 6 weeks out in a best case scenario. They're coming to put the goals up this week, to come fire up the scoreboards and the media displays this week. Again, we're getting done as quickly as we can. Again, hopefully maybe graduation's in here. We don't know. We'll just have to work it out and see. Again, stick with us if you have any questions. I'd really like to know what you guys think about these videos. Would you like this to be something we continue to do even after the corona virus emergency has passed? Has this been a good way for you to get information? I need your emails. I'm really struggling with Facebook. I don't know if it's an age thing or just an aversion thing, but if you make a comment, that's great. I may not be able to get to it, so if it's a mean comment, put it out right in the very front where I can see it, because I have a hard time finding stuff. But send me an email, mwoods@hps.k12.ok.us. That's the best way for me to get a response to you. I think I've responded to just about everybody that's had an email. But again, I really want to know what you think of this process, if this is something that you value in the long term as well as just now in the immediate term when we're dealing with this outbreak. So again, like to have your feedback. Also on just how things are going with the homeschool, not the homeschooling, but the schooling at home. If there are things that we can do better, were there things you liked about it? We talk a lot about flipped classrooms where the students do a lot of the work at home and the lecture and stuff is provided via distance, and then they come back to class and they get the whole hour to work with the teacher on the problem set when they are likely to have the most trouble. So anyway, let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. And again, great news, no COVID-19 in Hennessey public schools, so we can relax a little bit until the next scare. Have a great weekend.